Everyone says DIY divorce is much cheaper than hiring an attorney.
It is, but is it actually harder?
This is general divorce information. Laws vary, so check with a legal professional in your area.
Laws vary, but smart strategies don't. This channel helps you avoid common mistakes and make better decisions during divorce. Today, in episode 4 of our Divorce Options series, we'll take a deeper look at DIY divorce. The DIY divorce paperwork may seem simple, but the process is often more complicated than people expect.
So where does the process actually begin?
Step 1 is preparation. The forms can be confusing because they aren't written in plain language. Most DIY divorces begin with a few common forms. The first is the divorce petition, which opens the case. It includes basic information about you, your spouse, and what you're asking the court to decide. Another common form is the summons. It officially notifies your spouse that a divorce case has been filed and explains when they must respond. Many courts also require a financial affidavit, sometimes called a financial disclosure. This form lists your income, expenses, assets, and debts. If you have children, you'll usually need additional parenting forms.
Before I start, what information should I gather?
Start by gathering the information and documents you'll need to complete the forms. You don't have to memorize everything. Most people use pay stubs, bank statements, retirement account statements, and other financial records to complete the forms accurately.
So those documents aren't just proof for the court. They also help me fill out the forms?
Exactly. They help you complete the forms accurately, and many courts also require some of them as supporting documents.
Once everything is ready, what's the next step?
Step 2 is filing. This is when you submit your completed forms to the court and officially begin your divorce case.
Where do I get the forms?
Most courts provide the required forms on their official website. You can also get them from the courthouse. Just make sure you're using the correct forms for the court where you're filing. The court assigns a case number and may return stamped copies of your filed documents. You'll need them for the next step.
What happens after I file them?
Step 3 is serving the papers. Serving means officially giving the filed divorce documents to the other spouse.
What if we both agree to the divorce?
In some states, if both spouses agree, the receiving spouse can sign a waiver of service. That means formal service may not be required, but not all states allow this, and the waiver usually has to be signed correctly and filed with the court. Step 4 is understanding your state's divorce laws. Even in a DIY divorce, courts review agreements to make sure they follow state rules.
What kinds of rules does the court look at?
That includes how assets and debts are divided, how child custody and parenting time are handled if there are children, and whether support rules are met.
So even if I use the right forms, I still have to follow my state's divorce laws?
Exactly. That's why it's important to use your court's official forms and instructions. If you're unsure, many courts have self-help resources, and some people choose to have an attorney review their agreement before submitting it.
After the settlement agreement is submitted, what happens next?
Step 5 is the court's review and final approval. The judge reviews the filed documents to make sure everything follows state law and court rules.
Do people usually have to go to court in person?
That depends on the court. Some courts approve the divorce based on paperwork alone. Others may require a short hearing, especially if there are children.
What does the judge usually look for?
If something is missing or needs correction, the court usually gives instructions on what to fix. Once corrections are made and resubmitted, the review continues.
What happens when everything is approved?
The judge signs the final divorce order. That order officially ends the marriage and makes the agreement enforceable. Emma and David chose a DIY divorce to save money and avoid constant arguing. Because they had children, both of them wanted a peaceful process and a workable co-parenting relationship. Once they started, they realized the difficult parts weren't the forms, but the decisions. They disagreed on the parenting schedule, holiday time, and how to divide retirement accounts and the family home. As emotions rose, they paused the process instead of pushing forward while frustrated. After taking time to cool down and refocus on their goals, they worked with a mediator to talk through parenting and financial issues. They then hired an attorney for limited legal advice to review their agreement and make sure it followed state law. By staying patient and using the right support at the right time, they avoided a contested divorce and finalized their DIY divorce with a clear, Court-approved agreement.
So, where do people usually make mistakes?
Rushing without understanding state rules, using advice that doesn't apply to your state, filing before the agreement is complete, missing required language, letting emotions derail communication, not using court self-help resources. What you have learned in this episode: preparing before filing helps the DIY process go more smoothly. DIY divorce follows state-specific laws and court timelines. Both spouses reaching agreement is key to a successful DIY divorce. Courts may allow extensions if more time is needed and deadlines are followed. Court websites and self-help centers provide free guidance throughout the process. Limited legal help, such as an attorney reviewing a settlement, is still an option in a DIY divorce.
In the next episode, you'll learn how divorce mediation works, the different types of mediators, and how mediation with attorneys can help you reach agreement without going to court. We'll break down when mediation can save time, money, and stress, and when it may not be the right option.
When you understand the road ahead, you can guide your divorce in the direction that truly works for your life. And even if you hire a great attorney, you should still stay in the driver's seat, not the back seat where you can't see where things are headed. But you don't have to go through this alone. The right knowledge at the right time can change everything. Laws vary, but smart strategies don't. Divorce information, always by your side.